This is kind of a tough video for me to make. I'm very careful about how I speak about the products I use. Whether I absolutely love them and constantly rave about them on here, my social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Or I use a product and struggle with it. I typically will chop it up to user error. I don't quit after the first failure either. Anybody who knows me personally, they know that I'm stubborn to a fault. And sometimes I give up on a product and I chop it up to, I just couldn't figure it out, right? There's plenty of other people who can use stuff that I just don't click with. Maybe they use things without issue, but they pose to be problematic things to me. And I take this type of stuff personally because I know that while most of society becomes completely disconnected from what's behind a name, whether it's some dude making garage glide baits or a big corporation, I still recognize that there are people behind that name. From the CEO to the guy that takes out the trash, like that's people, everybody's just trying to make a living. So before I dive into this, I just wanted you to know that everything I just said is how I feel about this sort of stuff. It's the genuine truth. It's my genuine truth. Like I said, if I use a product, I love it, you know all about it. There's a lot of products that I use. Excuse the mess. I'm going through vehicle change stuff right now, and it's going to be raining in Texas, so I don't want to just have everything get soaked. But there's a ton of products that I use, and like I said, I don't figure them out. I don't have a lot of success with them, and it's not only in fishing, right? That's in all the overlanding, the camping. I mean, there's tons of things that I've used that just they're okay, but they're not anything I'm going to rave about. Certainly not anything I want to endorse on this channel. And so, for that reason, excuse the mosquitoes, I thought about this a lot before I shot the video. More than a few days, because I've been waiting to replace a product that I regularly use and consistently have problems with. If you follow my social channels on Facebook, Instagram, you've seen that I've been sharing a ton of links on stuff that's on sale. Obviously, the holidays, we all know. But during the entire time that I was waiting for the price on this specific product to come down, I thought about how I wanted to have this conversation with you, right? I know plenty of people who have over 500,000, and I'm being honest, I know 5 or 6 different people on a personal level that I could text right now that have over 500,000 subs on YouTube and all that different stuff. They make 100% of their income from social media and those deals. They use AI to create scripts, all that different jazz. And, maybe someday I'll have a script. Maybe someday I'll be a little bit more organized, right, in the release of my videos. This video that you're watching right now, it kind of cut ahead a few spots, because the product that I'm replacing just got delivered. There's things like the tuna fishing trip with Oliver and I, Big Bass Dreams, Jason, John. That's like almost done. I was gonna wrap it up and actually release the video. You know that this video that you're watching, right? It was actually gonna come later, but anywho, so there's a bunch of different things that are being edited right now and ready to be released, and maybe at some point in time I'll be a little bit more organized in that release schedule, right? And I'll shoot videos that maybe are a little bit more scripted, but for the time being, until I have a legitimate reason to do otherwise, it's going to be genuine, off the cuff, me. Uh, Sometimes I edit out all the and that sort of shit to, out of respect for your time. Nobody wants to sit there and watch a guy go, like, wait, I don't know. I don't have time for that. So I also have the respect for your time. These products I'm about to show you, we've used them to create hundreds of videos, but there's also a ton of videos that never got recorded, and that's because it rained and they shorted out. It got hot and they shut off after 20, 30 minutes. I contacted the manufacturer and said, hey, is there anything maybe I have a faulty product? I get it. Y'all make millions of these a year and all that jazz. I went through the motions. It's these guys right here. GoPro Hero 10. I had the 6. They said, the new upgraded models won't have that issue, and then they did, and then I had the 8, and then they did, and then anywho, like that. So the third time that I bought into the whole like buy the next one, it's not gonna have that issue, was a GoPro Hero 10, and dude, I tried everything, no battery door, no battery. My problem is the heat here in Texas. I guess it's too much for them, and there's a ton of great fishing content and camping and overlanding, different projects I work on that pertain to these things. They overheat. And I'm not about just recording everything on my phone like this video that you're watching now. The heat in Texas, by the way, just so you know, it's not some little thing. I know plenty of other people around the country who have a GoPro Hero 10 and they say it's not a problem, right? And I'm like, yeah, but it's like 60s and 70s. It's so hot in Texas. This is a Yellowtech mount. I have no affiliation with them. I definitely have made a bunch of social posts giving them their kudos, but at one point in time, this yellow stick was green, and I don't know how the color on my phone is gonna come out, but you can kind of see a little bit of green down there at the bottom, but it's silver. It's literally lost its anodizing. After a bunch of conversations with a ton of people who've been using the product that this is getting replaced with, unless they're all lying to me, we don't have any deals with that company. I'm excited. That being said, if you've been keeping an eye on my stories, right? It's a great reason to follow me, or if you really want to support what we have going on here, hit subscribe. If I get enough people that want to support what I'm doing for $2 a month, we can do more of this, and that's the plan. Enough jibber jabber. If I were watching this video, to be quite honest with you, I might have clicked off by now, but I'm super stoked to show you this, the replacement for my GoPro Hero 10s, which I filmed hundreds of videos on this channel. We are stepping up to the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. And not just one of them, because I don't like a full video with just a chesty view or just the back view. We gotta get two. my bad. That's not what I wanted to show you, but DJI Mic 3. It's the latest mic system from DJI. There's a ton of times where I've wanted to sit down with different people that I have access to and be able to do interviews, have little discussions, whether it's just on their live fishing experience. Don't mind the bug zappers. I've got those all over the garage, by the way. Link in the description. There by mosquitoes in Texas, or at least when you live on the lake, are horrible. The Mic 3 is because I've been very fortunate to meet a ton of people that I feel could bring a lot of value to the channel. And I've never really been in a position where I feel like I can produce a good enough video kind of interviewing them. And so I went ahead and opted for the new DJI Mic 3. Get you guys some better audio. In addition to that, there's a bunch of shows that I'm planning on being at for the 2026 season. And we're trying to look official. We're trying to look like we know what we're doing. Hopefully that little thing will decompress because it looks like hot garbage right now. Maybe I'll put it in the dryer and get it to pop out. But this little dude right here holds the brand new DJI Mic 3 and then goes over the top of it and creates a microphone that I can actually interview people with. So whether it's iCast, the Classic, which is in Tennessee, don't know if I'll be going to that. Maybe, we'll see. Dude, I'm excited. I love watching videos of people going around interviewing big names of the sport, whether it's in Formula One or fishing, Supercross, any of that stuff. They ain't gotta be long, 4 or 5 minutes. It's not like we always have an opportunity to go talk to these people. So for anyone who's interested in that sort of stuff, I'd love to be able to do that. And this is creating that opportunity rather than walking around with a phone in your face. I just wasn't comfortable doing that. Additionally, there are a multitude of off-road shows. So like I said, Osmo Action 5 Pro with all the goodies. DJI Mic 3 to make sure that you've got nice, crisp, clear audio. Stuff like the wind buff so that you don't have to listen to crazy wind. And of course, a different point of view. Because I love wearing the chesty. I love that. I like fishing videos where, you know, when there's something exciting going on, I like that first person view. But outside of, you know, right after the hook set and them do it, like that sort of stuff, I want to see everything. And all these trips that I take, I've still got videos to release from Champlain, both practice and tournament, which insane stuff happened on that trip. We caught an 18-pounder. There's a reason they call me the Goo Master. Anywho, I caught like an 11-pounder and an 18-pounder goo. This is what they're called down here in the South. Freshwater drum is what a lot of people refer to them as. Tons of epic smallmouth, largemouth, just awesome stuff. But when I go to those places, I want to show y'all. I want to immerse you in that experience because when I'm there, I just thinking about those trips kind of puts me into La La Land because I even like Lake Tenkiller up in Oklahoma. We had a Bassmaster Kayak Series stop up there and fucking I did horribly, but I got to see some really cool things. If you like outdoors, you like fishing, you like adventures, all that sort of stuff, my hope is that the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro will allow me to capture that stuff in phenomenal image quality, but also not have the overheating problems, not have the lack of waterproofing problems, all that different stuff. And for opportunities that I've had and not been able to take advantage of in regards to shows and interviews, sitting down with people, whether it's on like their products or experiences, I want to be able to do that. So in short, this was about me being stoked and showing you that we got some new video equipment. But the long of it is, well, that intro that you sat through, because I there's people that work at GoPro, and I don't know. I don't want to badmouth a company or a product. I'm really careful about that. Whether it's somebody that I have worked with in the past or don't work with, I just use their product, all that different stuff. It means something to me. I apologize that this video you're watching right now, cut in front of offshore fishing with John and Jason, Oliver and I, Big Bass Dreams, out off the Pacific. That video is going to be pretty dope. If you've never been to California and then launched from California and then gone out to Santa Catalina and stayed on the island, and then that allowed you an extra 60 miles of range, then subscribe to the channel, because that's what's coming up next week. I'll promise you. And I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. We're just over 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube. If you want to support the channel even more, I do have a subscription that you can jump on, or if you want it a little bit cheaper, you can do that on Facebook. You can do that on Instagram. I'm going to start doing giveaways to all my subscribers. Not the free, but the paid version. I've got a ton of tackle. It's all good stuff, but I got a lot of it. And I don't know a better way to share my love for this sport, this hobby, than to share some of it with y'all. So jump in that. That's all I got. I'm super excited to crack these open. Like I said, keep an eye on my stories. Those links that I shared, yes, they are from Amazon. No, they don't cost you anything extra. Yes, I may receive commission from those sales, but I ran a poll, and about 20, so it was like the last time I checked, there were 20 some odd people. And the poll was, do you want me to keep sharing deals that I find on Amazon for the products I use? All the products I buy, I set price notifications on them. And whenever the price notification hits me that it's the lowest price in 45 days, I know it's a good deal. And then I can use a price tracker, which I have on the back end, to show me when the price drops. So if you like using stuff that I speak highly of because I use the shit out of it, and you like saving some money, maybe you ought to go follow me on Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. I'm excited. I got work to do. You got work to do. Probably done finished your poop like 10 minutes ago, but you're still watching. For that, I thank you. I appreciate you. My name is Peter. This is My Chaotic Fishing. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying rad. That's all I got. Glad to get that off my chest. I appreciate you guys.